What's up and get on to everybody? Welcome back to the Modern Roots Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some beautiful steak with a compound butter. I'm going to show you guys how to make a flawless steak every single time without fail. Roll the intro, let's go. This is my space. This is my craft. This is Modern Roots Kitchen. Alright y'all, so the first thing we're going to do before we even touch our steak is we're going to make a nice little compound butter. So compound butter is basically just some softened butter that you flavor with different aromatics, different flavors, things like that. Today we got some smoked chipotles and adobo sauce. We got some garlic, some shallots, and some honey. So we're going to be doing a chipotle honey butter. So I got my mixer right here. Got some softened butter. Going to be doing 2 sticks. Now you can do any kind of compound butter you want. You can do an herb butter, mix in some rosemary, cilantro, sage, parsley, whatever you want to do. You want to do just garlic. Today I got some chipotles and some honey. We're going to do a nice little spicy, sweet kind of combination with our beautiful shallot and garlic. So I'm going to throw my softened butter in our mixer. And I'm gonna get that loosened up and I'm gonna put it real low just to get that going. I have a small little blender that I'm gonna put my chipotles in. So we're gonna throw those in there. Let's do the whole can, why not, right? So boom. I'm gonna mix a little bit of oil in as well, just to get it going. And we're gonna throw our garlic in there as well. I'm gonna blend this up. Add just a little bit more oil just to get it going. Got just some extra virgin olive oil right here. Beautiful. Now we're looking to make a nice paste. We don't want a bunch of chunks or anything like that. We want it to just cohesively go throughout the butter. Alright, so beautiful. So the fat content in our butter is gonna incorporate all those flavors. It's gonna really absorb it, and it's gonna be a perfect topping for our steak. It's gonna add richness. It's gonna add fattiness and of course flavor. So I think our butter is softened up quite a bit. Gonna add our chipotle right into our mixer. Boom. Kind of get some of this butter out of there. Now we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of some Texas honey. That'll do. Now we're gonna mix this up low. Now while that's mixing up, I'm gonna just finely dice this shallot. Got our shallot diced. I'm just gonna go over it one more time, make it nice and small. One more run through. That's beautiful. We're gonna add our shallot to our butter. butter. Beautiful. Alright you guys, so we got our compound butter resting in the fridge, getting all solidified. So now it's time to bust out our steak. We got ourselves 1.5 pounds of ribeye bone in. I'm gonna go ahead and get our pan nice and hot. It's just cast iron with a blend of canola oil and olive oil, 75-25. Got some tongs ready to go. Of course, your salt, black pepper. So we're gonna go ahead, make sure our steak has come up to room temperature, and we're gonna go ahead and liberally add some nice kosher salt. Make sure that the exterior of our steak is nice and dry. It's gonna help us get a nice sear on it when it hits the hot pan. Now if your steak is too cold, or if you got too much moisture on the outside of it, you're not gonna get a nice gradient pink in the middle if you want mid-rare, and you're gonna start to steam that steak if it's got too much moisture, and you're not gonna get that nice crust that you're looking for as well. So yeah, we left it out on the counter for about 30 minutes. Made sure it was dry. Kosher salt, black pepper, once again on the other side. Good amount of black pepper. Alright y'all, so we can feel that our pan is getting pretty hot. I'm gonna test it with a little bit of water. Yep, that's hot. Be careful doing that, don't try that at home. We're gonna go ahead and grab our beautiful 1.5 pounds of marbled ribeye steak. Set it in the pan away from us. We're gonna try and get a nice sear on that. So this is where some people have conflict. Some people say, leave it, don't touch it, only turn it one time. Some people say, you know, continue to turn it over. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Both are gonna get the job done. You're gonna get a crust on both. You're gonna get a nice pink in the middle. The main thing to worry about is that it's not coming straight from the freezer or too cold in the fridge, and that it's not wet, because that's gonna mess up your final product. So it's up to you. If you're a cook that likes to go ahead and turn, go ahead and do it. Some people say it makes a better final product. I don't really think so. I think it's about the same. It don't really matter. So do what you want. But while that's searing, I'm gonna go ahead and have a beer, and I'll see you guys when it's time to flip. Alright y'all, I think it's time to flip our steak. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it from the bone. We got ourselves a nice little sear. Give it a flip. Let it sear on this side. That crust is looking freaking nice. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright you guys, so our steak is fully seared. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from our hot pan, and we're gonna let it rest for like 5 minutes. However long you were cooking it in the pan, you need to rest it for at least half the time. And that's gonna let all those juices, all those muscles relax and retain the juices, get sucked back in. And if you were to cut it right now, you would lose all that beautiful flavor and juice that we've been building up in this pan. So do yourself a favor, and if you want the perfect steak, let it rest. Alright y'all, so it's been about 5 minutes of our steak resting. We got our butter that we prepared earlier. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right on top while the steak's still hot. Nice little dollop. Remember, this is chipotle honey butter, so it's gonna add all kinds of freaking spice and sweetness and saltiness, and it's gonna be the absolute perfect pairing for this nice fatty ribeye steak. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this melt a little bit, and then we're gonna serve it up. All right, you guys, are you ready to slice into this beautiful ribeye steak we got here? I swear, this if you follow these directions, you're gonna have a flawless steak every single time. A flawless steak every single time, I promise you. Compound butter, make sure it's dry, make sure you season it well, get you a nice piece of meat, and just some tender love and care, man, and that's how you cook steak. So we're just gonna take it off the bone. That's the other thing I recommend, is getting steak on the bone. It's gonna add all kinds of flavor and juiciness. So we're gonna slice this sucker, spread this butter. Oh my God. Clean that off. Slice her in half. That's pretty freaking nice. Got a nice gradient pink right in the middle. Nice little mid-rare action when I sear. Butter's melted. That's freaking nice, man. Let's go ahead and get some slices out of this. Make sure you slice your steak against the grain. You can see your grains here. It's gonna make for less of a stringy product and more of a nice tender product. This thing is falling apart, actually. My goodness. Jesus. This thing might be too good. You might have to put a warning label before you serve this that it's gonna be a life-changing event, because my goodness, man. This freaking steak right here, fire. Try out this recipe. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment what you'd like to see next time, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. This has been Modern Roots Kitchen. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Firm but with little give. Yep, these are medium rare.